All right, we are back. UFC Fight Night Vegas 109 in the Apex. Dolidze versus Hernandez. I mean, bro, this is crazy. Back-to-back Apex cards in 2025, bro. We're eating good, dude. We're eating good in 2025. It really was our year. Danny was right when he said 2025 was gonna be our year. I'm being sarcastic, obviously. Man, this card is, it's not very good in terms of name value. It's not, and I mean, honestly, last week's was definitely better in terms of name value. Not like super high. It's still a fight night in the Apex, but the last couple fights on the main card turned out to be insane bangers. And Tatsuro Tiger got a great win. But I mean, this one. Let's just get into it, man. And you'll see when I make these picks. You'll see once you hear these names, you're gonna be like, what the fuck. But anyways, Cody Brundage, Eric McConaughey. Eric McConaughey, he's an American jobber off the regional scene. He's okay. He's old as shit. He's like 36 years old. But like these guys, the older they are, they can still hang in the higher weight divisions. But Cody Brundage, man, he's a bruiser. We've seen, and I know we've seen the meme where he has like the weirdest recent 4-fight, string, I guess, in UFC history. It's like a loss, a no contest, and then a win in the first round, a first round TKO, and then a majority draw or an overturned like no contest or something. It's weird. It's just weird. But with that being said, he was very competitive with Mansour Abdul-Malik. He didn't TKO Julian Marquez. He was illegally struck by Abdul Razak Al Hassan in that no contest. So give it to him. It's fine. And then he was against Bo Nickel, and when everyone thought he was still hot shit, and I mean he did reverse position on Bo Nickel. He did his best to keep it competitive. This guy's he's not shit. He's just not amazing. He's not a shitty fighter. Well, I mean, he's not the best either, but he's okay. And he's okay enough and talented enough to where I can comfortably pick him against Eric McConaughey. And that's what you guys got to think about. However, I will say this. If Eric McConaughey wins, I'm going to lose my fucking mind. Because I don't think he really has a chance, to be honest. I think Cody Brundage can easily get a finish on this guy. Not necessarily in the first round, perhaps in the second. But if it starts off with a good win, with a good TKO, I think this card might be set up for success. All right. Next, Gabriela Fernandez versus Julia Stoliarenko. Interesting last name. I'm going to go with Gabriela Fernandez. Mostly because of the grappling. Just most of these women, it's pretty easy. If they have a grappling edge, you can comfortably pick them to win. And you'd be right 97% of the time. 2025 has shown us, some great women's fights, some great women's finishes. And, we have a lot of prospects in these women's divisions coming up right now. But at the same time, there are a lot of women who are these bottom feeder fighters who just, they know they don't have it on the feet, but they have it in the grappling. So they're comfortable and they're okay with just having a boring decision win so they can keep their career. They're going to smudge up against the cage. They're going to fall on the ground and lay and pray. And I'm going to go with Gabriela Fernandez for those reasons. Next, Uros Medic, Gilbert Urbina. I'm going to go with Uros Medic. We've seen him have some skids here and there. We've seen him take some bad losses, but I think he's definitely better than Gilbert Urbina. Same thing with like the Cody Brundage fight. Like, he's better. He's just a better fighter overall. He's more talented. He has better wins. He has better finishes. Gilbert Urbina he's Gilbert Urbina. He's just not good. Honestly, Gilbert Urbina should be fighting Eric McConaughey right now to see who gets to keep their freaking UFC contract. But, that's different matchmaking for another time. But I'm going to go with Eros Medic. Next, Jocelyn Edwards versus Priscilla Cachoeira. Man, I'm going to go with Jocelyn Edwards, man. I think she's really, really good. I believe she did get a win at UFC London. She's Leon Edwards' little sister. She's not, but it's funny to say. They do actually kind of look like it's weird. But I'm going to go with Jocelyn Edwards. I think she's very good. I think she has good finishing ability. She has good scrambling. She has good striking. She's very comfortable on the feet. She takes her time. She's patient. I think she can, she can execute a game plan well, especially against someone like Priscilla Cachoeira, who is not a bad women's fighter, but is also, she likes to get in there. She likes to mix it up, and she's also very good herself. I just don't think she may be like I think she might be just be slightly below Jocelyn Edwards level. So I can pick Jocelyn Edwards to ride out a comfortable decision on this one either. Not in a boring fashion. I think it will be competitive in moments. But I do think Jocelyn Edwards can get the win. Next, Elijah Smith versus Toshiomi Kazama. Toshiomi Kazama. This guy's in the UFC. Forgive me. I've actually never. I don't think I've ever seen this guy fight. I know who Elijah Smith is. Forgive me. I'm gonna pick Elijah Smith. I actually never mind. I have seen Kazama fight. I got all these freaking names in my head, guys. You know, it rattles around, dude. You got to think, man. Dude, I got hundreds of names in my head. It's insane. But I'm gonna go with Elijah Smith. I think he's very good. Kind of same story. Kazama's pretty good, but he's not that good. Elijah Smith is pretty damn good, and he's new to the UFC. So I'm gonna ride that out. I'm just gonna pick him. To be honest, why is he not opening up the card? You know, he's kind of a nobody in the sport, at least in the UFC right now. So I guess it's kind of a disrespectful to Uros Medic and Cody Brundage, who have been here longer, and Jocelyn Edwards, who's actually quite good herself. It's fine, man. Listen, they already have a problem with name value on these cards. The bout order is like the least of their worries right now. They have a problem with pullouts. They have a problem with freaking name value. Once they can master those things, then we'll worry about bout order. Okay? Next, Julius Walker versus Rafael Cerqueira. Rafael Cerqueira, man, dude, this guy just sucks. Dude, he gets abused out there. I don't know how he's in the UFC. He gets fucked up. I mean, Julius Walker, he's Alonzo Menifield's son, my boy Alonzo Menifield, but man, that was a crazy war that they had. It was fight of the night at UFC Seattle, if I remember correctly, but it was a short notice debut for Julius Walker, and he did a very good job. Although he did lose the fight, he did a very good job at showing, his durability. He had moments where he showed some really good striking. It got sloppy towards the end, but that's because they were really, it was a high-paced fight. They were really going out. They were really swinging. They were hitting each other hard. But I believe if he can use that pressure against Cerqueira in the first round, it should be an easy finish for him. Like an easy first-round KO. All he has to do is rush him, get him up against the cage, land some good body shots, hit him in the temple a couple times, and this guy's going to crumble. All right, Rafael Cerqueira is just... He's not UFC level, and I believe if he loses this one, it'll be a 3-fight losing streak and a 3-fight finish streak as well. So let's just get him out of the freaking promotion, all right? We can keep him, but we can't keep Martin Bidet. Yeah, okay, guys. Yeah, okay. Christian Leroy Duncan, Eric Anders. I'm gonna go Christian Leroy Duncan, man. He's very good. He's pretty good himself. He's definitely above like some of these bottom feeders like Eric Anders. That's for fucking sure. I mean, I will say this, Eric Anders is on a win streak right now. I believe he's on a 2-fight win streak, which is kind of crazy to say, but it's true. And but I'm going to go with Christian Leroy Duncan. I think he's just better, and I think everyone knows that. He's got better striking, better patience, better grappling, good scrambling ability. Eric Anders, he's very dynamic. He's a football player, so he's always has that athleticism in his back pocket. But I don't think that's enough to impose his will on someone like Christian Leroy Duncan. I think this is too big of a step for Eric Anders. And he's also old. He's been fucked up a bunch of times. Definitely got CTE. So let's just go with the Christian Leroy Duncan on that. That should be easy. Gene Matsumoto versus Miles Johns. I'm going to go with Gene Matsumoto. He had a very good performance against Rob Font. A lot of people say that Rob Font actually robbed him in that fight. It's arguable. I can see why people would say that. That was also at UFC Seattle. Miles Johns, man. Miles Johns, he's an overhand, right merchant. He's durable. He's kind of stocky. He's small. He's got a lot of power. If you stand there and trade with him in the pocket, he's gonna fuck you up. But Matsumoto has good grappling, and that's the difference because he has good entries on takedowns. He's very durable. Him and Rob Font were able to land some good strikes on each other. Rob Font did hurt him, but that was at the very beginning when he did the fake glove touch. Kind of a scummy move, but it's fine. Whatever. It happens. But I'm going to go with Gene Matsumoto. He should be able to just implement his grappling game, which is what he should do. And if he doesn't do it, he's a fucking idiot. And he should implement his grappling game immediately. And I believe he could probably get a sub on Miles Johns. Next, Andre Fili versus Christian Rodriguez. I've been seeing a lot of people pick Andre Fili because of the way Christian Rodriguez's career is. and I kind of want to do the same. And I think fuck it, I am gonna do the same. Christian Rodriguez, man, this guy just doesn't make any damn sense. He beats all these damn prospects that should walk through him, and then he loses to all these freaking, I don't want to say jobbers, but to all these like vets, all these like grizzled vets. I don't know. It's weird. It's like whatever game he implements on rookies, all these vets can just like stifle it completely. And Andre Fili is a crafty vet himself. You know, I mean, when he loses to good guys. You know, Malik Costa. You know, both these guys are Malik Costa's son, actually. I mean, Malik Costa beat C-Rod earlier this year, I believe, and Andre Fili this year. I think. What is Malik Costa on a 3-fight win streak this year? Holy shit! This year. Because I think he beat Andre Fili at UFC Seattle, and that was in March. And dude, that's true. And then he beat C-Rod in February at UFC Mexico. And then he beat Julian Erosa, what was it, in April? May? June? First card of the year? Was that was this year, right? Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But yeah, man, these guys are both got sunned by Malik Costa. But I'm saying, these are the kind of fighters that like Andre Fili lose to. And the C-Rod also lost to him. That's fine. I mean, you know, it's fucking C-Rod. But Andre Fili really does lose to guys who are like on their way up. And that's why Andre Fili's really never had his shot, because he wins, you know, he beats good comp and he loses to good comp. There's never been like a absolute bum, like someone who shouldn't be in the UFC that's beat Andre Fili. You know what I mean? So I'm going to go with Andre Fili, man. I think he should be able to, honestly, he should be able to pick apart C-Rod and hopefully stifle the grappling. I think that's really the big thing that C-Rod has in his back pocket is that grappling, which he can always rely on. And he does have a pretty good gas tank. So as long as Andre Fili can avoid that at all costs, or at least be able to scramble out of takedowns, he should be able to, and keep it standing, he should be able to win. So I'm going to go with Andre Fili. Next, Yasmin Lucindo, Angela Hill. Man, I'm going to go with Yasmin Lucindo, man. I mean, she beat Wayne Kong. You know, that's a pretty damn good win, right? She did beat Wayne Kong. Let's just check it while we're here. Or was that another chick on this card? One of these chicks beat Wayne Kong recently. No, it was not. No, it was not. Oh, jeez. Lost to Yasmin Haragui, Brogan Walker. That's a name I haven't heard in a minute. Angela Hill. Ah, man. I'm going to go with Yasmin Lucindo, man. She's Brazilian. She's a guy, close to it at least. Good grappling, good striking. It's Angela Hill, bro. Angela Hill fucking sucks. Let's be real. Can we say that now? Can we say that? She fucking sucks, dude. She has a negative record in the UFC in the double digits. She also has a positive record, not positive record, but she has like wins in the double digits as well. Her record's like 14-13, or 13-14. I mean, it's an insanely bad record. She's a win-win, lose-one fighter. She's never been able to really pull it out to bring it all in together. Dude, this girl had the audacity to say in some interview that if she wins this fight and gets a dominant win, she could be next in line for a title shot. What are you smoking, girl? What are you smoking? You know, couldn't be more wrong, couldn't be more delusional. But I will say that Yasmin Lucindo will get a win comfortably on this. Now, let's get into the next one. Steve Erceg, Ode Osborne. I'm going to go with Steve Erceg, man. Ode Osborne's very good. You know, he's durable enough. We did see him get a KO victory this year, which is awesome for him. Great, he gets to keep his career. But, I mean, he's just not Steve Erceg's level. I mean, it's Steve Erceg. He took Pantoja to a decision. He took Moreno to a decision. I really do think the KO against Kara France was a fluke. But, I mean, he knocked out Matt Schnell. Knocked out a couple other guys. You know, I just think he's better than Ode Osborne. I think anyone would think that. He's got more talent. I believe he has more durability. He's got grappling. He's got striking. He has patience. He has good composure. You know, a lot of people think he beat Pantoja, including me. I remember watching it thinking that he beat Pantoja, but, you know, they robbed him because it was in Brazil. Fuck it. Whatever, dude. Whatever. That's a conversation for another day. But we're going to go for Steve Erceg. Next, Roman Dolidze, Anthony Hernandez. I'm going with my boy Anthony Hernandez, dude. I don't give a fuck about Roman Dolidze's jiu-jitsu. Once Anthony Hernandez takes you down, you're not going to fucking move. You know what I'm saying? He's got pretty good striking. I think it's definitely better than Dolidze's striking. Dolidze's striking is okay. It's subpar. I think it's decent. He's a durable guy, so I don't think Anthony Hernandez is gonna like TKO him or anything. But I think he can implement his grappling, use the grappling to set up his takedowns, and then he's smart with the jiu-jitsu. He's smart with the takedowns. He knows what he's doing on the ground. That's his bread and butter. So whatever Dolidze thinks he's going to be able to put him in, Anthony Hernandez is going to slide right out of it. I'm going to go with a comfortable, unanimous decision for Anthony Hernandez, and that's how we're going to close out this card. And then we got Dricus versus Khamzat next week. I'm so fucking excited for it. Let me know what you guys think. I know I posted late. I'm sorry. I should have made time for it, but I didn't because I was busy with school and work. Gotta get my education up. Gotta get my money up at the end of the day. So forgive me. We'll be back on time next week. I'll see you then.